Courgettes, also known as zucchini, categorized in summer squash family, is a close relative of cucumber. You might find courgette spelled or pronounced also as Courgettes. Courgette farming is preferred by most planters for they are known for being the easiest fruit to grow, especially in mild climates. They are not that prone to pests and require minimal supervision in terms of watering needs. One of the things to remember in growing courgettes is that they need more bees for pollination or else the fruit will get rotten. Something else to note about courgettes is that it can grow out of control right before your eyes. Because of its hourly rapid growth, there is high risk of losing your produce if you don't harvest in time, and it requires a steady and reliable market. Welcome to today's episode of Kilimo na Biashara, and have you heard about zucchini plants? Well, today we are focusing on one of the zucchini plants, that is courgettes. Join me in the farm to find out how to grow courgette. Let's go. Susan.
Yes.
Aki naona mko kazi.
Poa, tuko kazi.
Sasa.
Poa. Tuko poa.
Asante, shamba yako inakaa safi sana.
Asante.
Hizi zote ni courgette. Kazi nzuri.
Asante.
So sasa hii mnavuna ama mnapanda ama mnafanya nini?
Leo ni siku ya kuvuna. Na sasa naona kama unakaa kazi. Karibu.
Nakaa tu kazi. Mimi niko ready mbaya sana.
Okay.
Susan,
yes.
Kuko aje sasa hivi, umeona mazao yako iko aje?
Mazao yangu naona imenawili, sawa. Sasa ni wakati wa kuvuna.
Imeota maua, which means inatoa fruits ama?
Already. Ukiona imeshoot maua, inaanza kutoa.
Na sasa hii ni how many months?
Like 2 months.
So ikifika 2 months imefika
imefika wakati wa kuharvest.
Na sasa kabla hata tuanze venye ina harvestiwa, niambie ulianza hadi biashara, shamba yako ni poa sana.
Kusema kweli hii biashara yangu ya ukulima nilianza kama 10 years ago.
Hiyo ni kitambo sana.
Na hii imekuwa manufaa kwangu. Juu hii mmea haikai sana. Kwa kupata pesa ni kama 2 months unaanza kufuna.
So ulianza na courgette ama ulianza na mmea mwingine?
Ukulima wangu nilianzia kwa sukuma na cabbage. Lakini nilikuja kugundua kwamba courgette iko na pesa mingi kuliko sukuma na cabbage. Juu uzuri wa courgette, ukikaa 2 months unaanza kuchuna. After that unakaa siku 2 tena unaiendea. Na uzuri wake tena iko na market.
So ukipanda courgette ni mbegu ama ni seedling?
Sasa kupata seeds ya courgette ni rahisi sana. Unaenda kwa Anglovet, unaangalia na ile iko juu, ile iko on market. Unajua ziko mingi, lakini lazima kwanza uelewe ni gani itakayo kufaidi.
So Susan, hii ni aina gani ya courgette?
Inaitwa low file. Na inafanya vizuri sana. Na inakaa kwa shamba. Kwa hivyo utakuwa ukifuna mara mingi na utafuna kama 3 months.
Ukianza hii biashara ilikugharimu pesa nyingi?
Inakuwa expensive. Lakini ukifanya vizuri lazima urudishe hiyo capital yako. Yenye ulitumia ukianza utaipata ukitengeneza shamba yako mzuri na kwa dawa. Juu hizi zinakuanga sensitive sana kwa baridi.
So inafanya vizuri kwa sehemu yenye kuna baridi nyingi ama?
Hiyo weather inafanya hiyo courgette ikuwe mzuri tena zaidi mpaka kwa market.
Susan, hapa kwenye umepanda ilikugharimu karibu takriban shilingi ngapi?
Kwanza nilianzia na 10,000 kwa hii nusu, na vile imefanya tayari imerudisha zangu 10 na niko na faida ya kama mara 3. Kwa hivyo naona inafanya vizuri.
Susan, naona shamba yako imetoa mazao mazuri sana. Ulifanyaje ili kupata mazao mazuri kama haya?
Kwanza ni lazima utengeneze shamba yako mzuri. Kama ni tinga uweke, tena kuwe na mbolea na fertilizer. Hiyo ndio inaifanya ndio inapata chakula ya mumea kutumia.
Ni mbolea gani unatumia kwa shamba yako?
Kwa upande yangu mimi natumia fertilizer ya kawaida, DAP. After inamea tena hapo utachukua CN, top place.
Susan, wakulima wengi wanateta sana kuhusu kusumbuliwa na wadudu ama kama vile pests and diseases kama venye wanavyosema. Wewe umesumbuliwa?
Sasa ukipanda lazima uwe unatembea kwa shamba. Unatembelea mimea yako, unapata wale wadudu wanasubua, alafu hapo utaenda ndio uanzie kuspray dawa. Na kuanga na manager wangu, tunapanga na yeye vile tunaona ikiendelea, tunaanza kunyunyuzia hiyo dawa.
Susan, kati ya mimea mingine mbona uliamua Courgette?
Hii inanifurahisha sana juu yenyewe kila after 2 days unapata kitu kidogo. After another 2 days unaingia kwa market na haikosi.
Nataka utueleze manufaa ya Courgette ni nini haswa? Kama wewe umefaidika kivipi ukiwa na Courgette?
Advantage ya kukuwa na Courgette, kwanza unaona hii ukiwa kwa market ama watu wakiwa wanatayarisha chakula, Courgette lazima ikue. Naona juu hata inatujenga kwa mwili, naona iko na faida.
Na unauza wapi? Soko ya Courgette iko wapi?
Kusema kweli, hii inakuwa na market sana. Unatokezea pande za Limuru mpaka Mombasa, wanakuja na pick, tunapeleka.
Pengine umefikiria kuuza mazao yako katika soko la kigeni?
Market ya Kenya iko poa, na tena niko na hiyo idea nikiongezea kilimo yangu. Sasa tutapanga vile nitakuwa nikipeleka, lakini kwa saa hii nafanya tu around.
Susan, tuambie, Courgette inahitaji maji mingi?
Ni kweli inahitaji maji. Lazima kuwe na maji ndio ikishoot, lazima ikute kama hakuna mvua una maji. Juu ikikosa maji inaanza kurudi nyuma. Lakini ikiwa na maji mengi ina shoot kabisa.
Sasa venye umeanza kuvuna hii Courgette yako, utavuna hadi lini? Like mtu anaweza tegemea hii mmea hadi lini? Unakula kwa mwaka, miezi 2, inachukua muda gani?
Itakuchukua kwa kipindi cha kama miezi 4 hivi. Ukiitimbu vizuri utaenda kipindi cha kama miezi 4.
Na faida yake ni nini?
Faida yake sasa, ukitaka kutoa hiyo mmea kwa shamba, tena itakuwa mbolea, unakatakata na iachilia kama 1 month. Tena unachukua jembe, unachimbua, unaiweka huko ndani na kuwa mbolea.
Susan, venye ninaona hii shamba, wewe ni mkulima mashuhuri wa Courgette. Niambie changamoto yenye umepitia ukiwa katika upanzi wa Courgette.
Changamoto zenyewe ziko juu, lazima unajua kuna wakati kunakuwa na kiangazi, unakosa maji. Kwa hivyo Courgette yako inarudi nyuma. Kwa hivyo unapata shida wakati ambapo hakuna mvua, na huwezi jua wakati ile kutakuwa na mvua. Kwa hivyo wewe unatayarisha mbegu yako, pengine kunakuja kipindi cha jua. Sasa lazima ujihami kwa nini? Kwa maji.
Sasa mam, niambie, kwa mtu mwenye anataka kuanza upanzi wa Courgette, anafaa tunze aje shamba? Kama wewe umetunza aje shamba yako ili kupata mazao mazuri?
Sasa kwa hii shamba yangu, si manage nikuwa peke yangu. Na kuanga na manager mwingine, na leo mko na bahati. Ako hili. Si tumpate?
Sawa, tumpate. Right now, Susan is going to introduce me to the agronomist. Susan,
Yeah.
umesema yaitwa nani?
Karanja, manager wangu.
Hey Karanja.
Hi Linda.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Nimekubebea mazao hapa leo. Nataka uniambie difference ya hizi vitu.
Tutasoma.
Tutazisoma.
Tutasoma zote.
Zingine ziko straight, zingine ziko bended. Nataka uniambie, how do you identify a good courgette?
Number 1. Kuna kitu inaitwa pest control, timely harvesting na the variety itself pia. It determines the type of the courgette that you are going to get. This is an overgrown courgette. Yes. This one is either physical damage or pest damage that makes it twist. This is a disease, the viral damage, and these one are the best quality, the best size for the local market.
What are the measures that a farmer has to put in place in order to get a good production?
When growing courgette, your land has to have good organic matter, well-drained soil, and the pH. It likes slightly high acidic soil of between 6.5 to 7. So those are the 3 factors when preparing the land that you are supposed to determine. You might opt to do soil test, or maybe a lot of farmers does just the Juakari way, but those are the key. Again, your surrounding has to be clean. It has to be clean from any other crops, old debris, all those things, and your farm has to be clean from weeds. That way you will avoid a lot of pests and a lot of diseases.
Farmers control weeds in different ways. They do weeding and also spray. For courgettes, do you weed or you spray?
Courgette is a cucurbitaceae family, and we don't have a selective herbicide for weeding, so we do manual weeding.
Are they prone to diseases?
Yes, they are. 2 major diseases. We have powdery mildew that is brought about by the wetness, and when we have a lot of wetness, maybe during the night, and now again sunshine during the day, those fluctuation temperatures and the humidities brings about powdery mildew, and that's why when planting you have to be very cautious with the spacing. The spacing for the Scotch courgette has to be at least 3 feet from row to row and 2 feet from plant to plant. That way you will be sure the leaves, they will not be like bushy. So you will have air flowing inside comfortably. Even when it is wet, it will dry quickly, or the leaves will not be lying on each other. That way you will control powdery mildew. Another disease that affects very much the courgette is mosaic virus. We call it cucumber mosaic virus or Scotch mosaic virus. It's brought about by aphids, especially when they are young, and aphids tend to hide itself under the leaves. A lot of farmers don't do good scouting, so when doing your scouting, you have to check under the leaves, and you may confuse. A lot of farmers see white flies and thinks that they are the one that brings about the mosaic virus. So if you control aphids when they are young, you are sure your crop will be good.
You've mentioned so many pests and diseases here. What is the best way of controlling these diseases?
We do spraying, just the normal chemical sprays on the early stages. When planting, we drench. It is preferably you start with a systemic insecticide. When they are young, when they germinate, you spray and drench. So when the crop will be growing, it will have some immunity, strong immunity. Again, when they grow again, after every 14 days, it is preferably you do your sprays again, both for fungicide and for insecticides.
Martin, so what is the process of growing courgettes?
Number one, we said seed selection is a must. You choose a seed that is tolerant or resistant to either powdery, either mosaic virus, that is not prone. There are some varieties, even when they germinate, you will find them being affected by the two. Number two, when germinating the seed, you need to have your seed, it is preferably you soak the seed. That way it will germinate easily and fast. Then you come, plant the seed. From there, when they germinate, make sure you drench. That one I advise my farmers to use a systemic chemical when drenching. So from there, you can repeat the process after 7 days. From there now, remember we said it's a short-term crop. So by the 21st day, you will have the signs if the crop is healthy or it's not healthy. We do not recommend somebody to plant with fertilizer when planting, because we do direct planting, and there are pros for the advantages and disadvantages of using fertilizer. So we top up later in the 14th or the 7th day with either DAP and preferably DAP and 1717. You do them because Courgette needs a balanced diet throughout the growing.
Now you've talked about the nutrition that these particular plants have to adhere to. What are the nutritional values for human consumption?
It helps in your digestion. It has fiber, a lot of fiber. Number two, it helps heart diseases. Yeah. Number three, it is rich in vitamins, a lot of vitamins. And vitamins A, vitamins B12, a lot of vitamins. So, and I understand when a child takes Courgette when he or she is young, the hair grows very good and healthy.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it has numerous advantages.
You can also prepare it as a salad, eh?
Yes, even salad.
So what are the hits and misses in Courgette farming?
Hygiene. Hygiene is key in Courgette farming, because like you see, when we said powdery mildew, it doesn't prevail or develop where you have good hygiene. Again, pest will not find yourself hiding there. But squash Courgette, hygiene is the key.
So for a farmer who has kept the farm really well and has gotten good production, where is the market? How is the market for Courgette? Actually,
Courgette is the crop that we say that is a cash cow. By saying cash cow, I say it can help you learn the farm if you have other projects. Why? One, it's a short term. Two, when you start harvesting, every week you have to have something in your pocket. So that is number one, and that's coming because the market is readily available. Now the prices may fluctuate, but be sure your Courgette will still go to the market, not like some other crops that maybe even nobody can come and buy for you. But Courgette, even the prices fluctuate, it has to go to the market.
In the markets now, how much does Courgette go for?
On average, Courgette on the local market, you know, we have both export, local, and high-end. High-end and the supermarkets, maybe the big green grocers in towns. So it depends, but on average, 50 per kilo. On average, if we take on average.
Is Courgette a perishable crop? How is the shelf life?
It can take like, if you can harvest today, store, take it to the market tomorrow, and it can go for, now depending with the storage, you know, it doesn't like those drawing, although you have to be very careful because of the breezes. So 7 days will work. Yes, the shelf life 7 days if you don't have a fridge or a cold store. But for somebody who has a cold store or a fridge, it can go up to even 2 weeks.
Is Courgette a heavy feeder?
Yeah, it's a heavy feeder. It's a heavy feeder. So you see these leaves, they are very broad, so you have to do them. And remember, we have said Courgette goes up to 3 months, 2-3 months harvesting. And remember, you are harvesting twice per week for the local market. For export, you harvest twice per day.
Really? How do you harvest twice per day? How can that even happen?
You have to come in the morning and in the evening. Why? Courgette grows in hours. Rinda, you are amazed. You see this Courgette here? If we measure those centimeters there and give it like 2 hours, we come and measure again, you'll see the difference. It grows in hours. And you know, for export, even if it's an inch, that is a reject. But for the local market, it's a plus because of the kgs.
What type of irrigation is favorable for Courgette farming?
You know, when we talk about irrigation, we have several. You can do it rain-fed, like in this farm. This farmer is purely rain-fed. You can do drip irrigation, actually, which is the best with the squash. When we talk about irrigation, it depends with where you are and your capacity, but it can do well in rain-fed, as you can see. The worst that you can do is doing sprinkler irrigation. Yes, because of the spread of the diseases.
Is it an expensive venture to start?
Very cheap venture, because the seeds are not that much expensive, because with an acre of Courgette production, you need like 7,000 plants. That is the plant population per acre. Now, a lot of farmers can't do 1 acre because of the availability of the market, of the perishability, so they do like half. So you'll find that 100 grams of the seeds will be enough for like a quarter of an acre, going that way.
So what are the different types of Courgettes that are currently in the country, and which one commands the market?
The Zucchini Courgette has a lot of types. We have yellow. I don't know if you have ever seen a yellow Courgette. We have others that look like a gourd, but short one. We have stripes. We have grey. We have blackish. We have stripes.
Crops here have really flowered. Are they pollinated by bees or self-pollinated?
Courgette has no self-pollination. We say it's cross-pollination. You have to have an external pollinator to do it. As you can see, it has two types of flowers. One is on the fruit, and another one, a long one with the stamen, from like this one. This is a male flower. Yes. So the main pollinators, we have so many, but the main one is bees. So you have to take care of the bees. And actually, if it's possible, you need some hives around the farm. It will help you a lot. And make sure you don't spray toxic chemicals that will chase away the bees or kill away the bees. Remember, without the bees, no fruits.
You said this is a sensitive crop. How do you harvest?
We usually use the knives, which again is not that preferably.
Oh, what do you use?
No, we use the knife, but it's not preferably good for the knives because you can spread the disease, the virus. In case I start with an infected plant, I go to the other and the others, I can go on spreading it. So it's not recommended, but we use it. So you can twist. You can twist. You make sure it does not break. It is very brittle and sensitive. So you just twist down. Yes. Yeah.
Let me twist another one. I just
twist it slowly. Yes. Then it is preferably you make it uniform after harvesting. Yes.
So many times should it be harvested actually? Because if tomorrow it will be overgrown.
Yes. Actually, as I told you, twice per week. Yes.
Is favorable.
It's favorable.
If it's for exports, it is
Twice per day.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but because of the labor challenges in this area, they usually use the knife, because if you go twisting it, you will take the whole day here. So but you just cut at the base. You cut at the base with this stalk. This is very important. If you remove the stalk, it will dry up. Yes.
Sometimes people say that if you cut the stalk a little bit bigger, it will increase the shelf life. Is it true also for this?
Not really. Not really for Courgette. Actually, even if you go with a big stalk in the market, they'll tend to tell you to cut a bit, because you'll be stealing on kgs. Yes, and you know the stock they'll not buy.
Wow. You've heard it from Karanja. It is a profitable venture as long as you handle it with care, pest and disease control, and adequate water supply. I hope you've learned something from today's episode of Kilimo na Biashara. Until next time, my name is Linda Koskei.